everyone, or how we label our products. So this is not a mechanized way of doing it at all.
No, this is pretty much as manual as you can get, other than we have, what we do with the sparkling bottles is we have this old box. You would set the bottle in here, grab your label, put it up there, twist it, and then you go.
Yeah.
So this is on how we do the sparkling bottles. We have to use it.
And any private label we do.
Yeah.
Because they're in, well, the private label are in smaller quantities.
Yeah.
So.
And the sparkling bottles won't fit in this. They might, but then the bottle itself is a little different shape. So, so what we end up doing, this is our White Lies, formerly known as semi-sweet white. This is the White Lies. So what we do is we take the bottle, slide it in there, and then you just basically you roll it. And then if you're really lucky, you come up to where the labels are somewhat close in the back. Then we'll take them and we'll stack them. What we like to do is we'll put it to where the gap or the space is facing us. And then we have the capsules. On the capsules themselves, I got them in my hand, Jude.
Oh, okay.
There's a little tab on there, the little pull tab that you use to rip off the top. That lines up with the slot on it there. So then that's why we put them on the table and stuff, so the slots are all facing you, or the little tabs are all facing you. So
you're giving away our trade secret.
Oh, yeah. So then it goes over to Judy here. She's got the shrinker part of it.
Can you see me in it, DJ?
So let me move it here. So she puts them in the shrinker unit there, pulls up on it, and
so that's hot.
Yeah, it's heated up there. This for us works a little bit better than what we had the old way. Is it was a lay down method. It heated it up and you slid it in. What happened there was it would
notoriously
get too warm.
Go to the Sunset, DJ. I saw one of the bottles is that way. I can show them what they remain.
So
it just burns the top.
The cap on the top gets too warm. So ideally we would have it so like when she's capping them on the top, somebody's capping them, they could be.
You can see that. That's exactly what happened to that. So we'll have to take this capsule off and put on a new one. It was just too hot.
So.
And
but
it just melts it.
Once you get going on this, it's not too bad. Like I got it set up, and we've already done 7 cases. So, but what we're doing now is we're somewhat caught up out in the vineyard.
Sorry, our cameraman walked away, so you're looking at nothing. But.
Oh, it's got you. So, I'll move it back.
That's our sunset. Let me fix that one.
So, but this is a process that we can do, like if it's cold outside or if it's raining or something, we can come in and this is what we do. So we don't label them all up ahead of time unless we have a small quantity. Part of that is if we have to do a private label with some of the wines, it's kind of tough to have to take the label back off.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
We were peeling 14 cases and decided we weren't going to do that again.
So what we do now is we just leave so many unlabeled in case we have to use them as a private label. So, but once it gets going and it stays where it's supposed to, it's actually fairly fast. Not as fast as automatic one would be, but and normally I don't have this extra table here, so
we are kind of prepping for
farmers
the
markets. Yeah, the markets
We'll
start
be starting in May.
mid-May, I think. In case you haven't said, well, we probably have. We're going to be in Dubuque this year for one weekend. We're going to be in Des Moines, and we're also going to be in the Marion market this year. So
I think Des Moines is the second Saturday. The third Saturday is Marion, and then the fourth is Dubuque, I believe. So I know I set it up that way. May doesn't turn out that way because I think we did 2 days in Dubuque just because it was open earlier. So then Des Moines.
So not everybody does it this way. Most people have an automatic cap or automatic label. They put it on and it'll actually spin it for the label. And then the heat shrinks are probably like this.
No, I think, well, I don't know. I think a lot of them use the table one that we have. But.
Yeah. So, but if you get a nice little rhythm down, you want to put that one back, DJ? So, oh my God.
DJ's arm.
Seen his arm. But if you get it going, normally if we weren't filming, DJ'd be over here and that. He's a bit shy, so you can actually go fairly fast with this. Because it gets heated up, you don't want to keep it up in there too long because like she showed you earlier, it will melt. So, but this is what part of the process we do. So when you see the labels on it in the shrink on the top, this is how we get it there. So, but other than that, we were out here Sunday checking the wines, checking the reds. We pulled the oak off of them, tasted them, of course, checked the levels in them, made sure they were fine. So then next Sunday, I think we're going to try to get our blend in. So
And rack everything.
yeah, rack and filter the reds. So
racking just means moving it from one tank to another and
filtering,
cleaning up anything that might be in there from the wood.
Because what happens is over time, especially with the reds, is you start to get a little stuff settling in the bottom, which is good because we just soon have it settle in the tanks rather than settle in the bottles. But occasionally it'll happen. You'll get it in the bottles, which isn't bad. It doesn't hurt anybody.
No.
So you notice a lot of, not a lot, but some wines from California even have it. So, but there, that was the last of 7 so you can go ahead and put them in the box. And then we'll stack them up on top of the rest of the pallet that we have.
Kathy asked, did you mix in that Sunset bottle with the ones you're boxing now? No. Dan handed it off to DJ.
I gave it to DJ. It was
you
sitting
must
there.
have missed the mysterious arm coming into the video.
Yeah, it was.
There it is.
It was also a different color, so I could tell that it wasn't the White Lies. So, and usually what we'll do is put a little star on the box so we know that they are labeled and ready to go. So, and again, this White Lies, if you've had our semi-sweet white before, this is what the White Lies are now.
So it's a blend of all of our whites.
Yes.
So it ends up a little bit different every year, and then it's sweetened to about 5%.
Yeah. It's a nice drinking wine. So,
it has been extremely popular in the past.
yeah.
So, and then Destiny came out, and people really like Destiny. So it's kind of a toss-up between the two of them now.
So I'm going to leave this set up because we got other stuff to label this week. So this actually works out pretty good because I can fill the whole table up, and then you just go over there with the shrink part of it. What else? Well, our concern tonight and this weekend is
okay.
The thing that we're watching is on how cold it's going to get tonight. We haven't quite had bud break, but the buds are starting to swell and getting ready to open up, which is always a concern of ours when we get a frost. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that we're not going to get hit bad. If it does look like we're going to get some for Saturday night into Sunday, depending on if the winds died down on Friday, I can spray a little calcium and a little potassium on the vines, which will help protect them a little bit. Which that'll get me usually about anywhere from 5 degrees lower than what normal freezing would be. So hopefully that'll be enough to protect it. If we weren't even close to bud break, I wouldn't even be concerned with it. But we are getting close to it right now. So. But then you get back into the buds themselves when they open up. I think we talked about it last year or the year before, is the 3 different parts of the buds. There's a primary, a secondary, and a tertiary part of the bud. Right, DJ? You're looking at me? So if the primary one gets damaged, you have a secondary or the third one to come help it out. So, and then that's where we also, when we prune, sometimes we will leave that second bud on ready to go, because usually the one down below they aren't all ready to open up at the same time, so to speak. So that's why some people wait until the 15th and then they start pruning after that, just to see what happens during the frost. If they get a frost,
15th of May.
Yeah, they'll prune late. They'll leave them set longer, or a rough prune. And then they'll come back after they know it's not going to frost anymore, and then they'll prune them short where they're supposed to be.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It is, but it's what they have to do to protect, to make sure that they do get a crop. So just like the movie we watched last night, the Wine Diamonds, and that, the one lady, I forget which vineyard it was up in Minnesota, they had a late frost after bud break, and they lost about a third of their production. But the grapes that they did get were nice and full of taste. So,
hey, that was 2020 for us. So.
Yep. So, I didn't know if you had anything that you wanted to try tonight.
I'd really like to
try
what I have in the
sparkling. Yeah, I know you want to open that up. I don't know. We haven't had a red blend for a while, or something like that. We could always take it home and just try it at home too. So.
Yep.
But that's what we got going on. Well, this is like she showed you, this was our process for labeling. We've got a lot of stuff to label this year. So, but then it's just
we still have labels to buy. So
yeah. So, and you can see if you show them the stack, that's our white lies there. So
46 cases.
Yep.
Was it? No.
That was what the
Angel
sparkling
Wing
was.
sparkling. Ooh,
So-
I got DJ. Was
We got
46 cases.
We got what, about 13 per layer, so you got 26, 46.
Kathy Lee's Camp, you
52.
can come over anytime to
52.
try sparkling. That
So
would
we got
be my
about 50
excuse.
some cases of the white lies yet to label. So, but yeah.
All right. We'll let everybody go. We're going to pop a bubbly, see how it's doing.
At home.
Sure.
Yeah. So
All right. So have a good night, and we will see you next week.
keep your fingers crossed so we don't get cold.
Yes. Hi, Aunt Connie.